What's up? Gonna be doing some painting to get to some chill music. How you guys doing this morning? Still working on this guy right here. Music's loading. Alright. Got the new camera set up so that I can get it to focus and not go out of focus while I'm painting, so that's cool. You can also zoom so I can get you right in on the details. Sorry if you couldn't hear that, I was a little ways away. I can zoom in and get you right on the details, so excited about that. I don't have the two cameras right now, Esther's not here, so you will have to watch me get it into position. So I just moved the light down. So there's that. And then let's see. So with our little camera clamps here, I'm gonna put this onto this side, so I'll be upside down for a second, and then boom. And now, let's get it down at the painting. Oh, you know what? I should have the light on the other side of this. Yeah. So with the light, it's like getting like stuck in between. So the shadow here that you can see. So I should put the light onto the other side, which isn't difficult. Let's see, I'll probably do that right now. Be better to have it all set up rather than having something that isn't really working. Let's see. So they're all clamped in. So I'm just gonna try loosening this. Tightening it. It's hard to tell. That's got to be tightening it. This way's loose. Dang. Really had it tight in there. Can't move much. So I have the cords in such a way I can't really move it much. So let me look here what I want to do. Oh, it's because where I have the Velcro. This can easily be moved. Okay. I just have to change. So I have the Velcro for the power of the little lights. Can you see it there? So to turn the lights off and on, I have this little thing, and I have it Velcroed to the desk, and that's making it to where I have enough cord length. So I just undid that. A bit more. This table is a little bit thick on the edges, so I have to loosen it a bunch. Let's see if you guys can see. Oh, almost. There it is. So it goes right back here. See all of our main scenes here. Probably barely hear me though. Sorry, I'm far away from the microphones. Dang. This table. Oh, right next to it, isn't it? So if I want it under face, I can. That. Okay, yeah, that's good, because then they can be there. Alright, I think I have it fixed. So now when I do the painting, I can go like that. Yeah. And now, like I was telling you about, I can zoom in here actually. And now I can actually make the focus lock. I'm still getting kind of a shadow though. Oh yeah, I know. A second. I can fix the shadow. Sorry, I'm still kind of dealing with kind of a new stream setup, so it's taking a minute. There we go. And now, there we are. Alright. So gonna be working on the dress here. Bringing in some more of these colors. love that the dresses are like, you know, the transparency of them, and trying to replicate that with the paint. This amazing photographer, Casey, who you should follow on Instagram. I'll get her name here in just a second. She's so cool. She ordered 15 different paintings, and it's funny because we say 3 weeks per painting, you know, to get them done, and we were like, wait, that's like over a year or like almost, you know, it's close to like a year of time. We were like, wow, we're gonna be working on these for a year. So anyway, it's very interesting. We didn't really think of that. We were like, wow. So these peachy purple colors, I just love these, and they're in so many of the wedding dresses. It's just really fun to recreate this look with the paint. There's a big layer of the dress right here that goes over the other one. It's weird, the songs are like loading up really slow, so sorry for the pauses of silence. You can always use a paper towel to help your blend there, so if it's not totally disappearing, just kind of scrumple up a paper towel here, dot the edges, and there you go. So watercolor is all about these layers. So I'm very slowly just building, and this also really helps with what I was talking about before, that transparency, being able to see through those layers of the dress. Turn it upside down here for a blend that kind of goes the other direction like this. In watercolor, you often want to be pulling the brush, not really pushing. So turning the paper upside down for this blend made it to where I could pull. It's just going to really help the overall look. So that blend turned it upside down so I could pull. I could even come in here super tight and get you some really nice views here. I can do some of the skin. So we talk about the skin in layers as well. I mean, everything in watercolor is layers. So Esther does what we call the first layer of skin, which is just getting that first tone on there. It's always lighter. So no matter what skin tone they are, we always start with that, with, you know, a lighter tone of it. It's watercolor, so we're building up. And technically I'm using gouache, but I paint with it extremely similarly. I just am able to, at the end, add some maybe little highlights or something with some white. So with this, now I'm coming in with a darker skin tone. So I just find the person's darker tone, match it with the paint, Very carefully coming in here. Edges are most important. So if you can get your edge to look good, like the profile or the back of the neck or, the edge of an ear, the edges are the most important part of a shape. For understanding them, that is. And this is, somewhat of an impressionistic style. So if we really focus on those edges, the rest of it kind of falls into place. So I go a little bit past where kind of the shadows of his face are, because when I blend, it kind of pushes it back, see? And I also want to pull some of it out. Notice how I'm holding my brush to where I can pull. If I wanted to do this blend, I wouldn't go like this and push that way. I'd move the brush onto the other side, put it down and pull. And then I can go into that dark color and pull even more out if I want to kind of spread that tone around. His forehead's pretty light, it's right in the sun. But again, sometimes we are simplifying, right? And that really light spot on his forehead transfers really well in a photo. You can really understand where the light is hitting and whatnot. And with the painting, yeah, could I perfectly copy the picture? Sure, but I'm wanting to make sure it transfers well and it's understood. So see how the focus, my hand doesn't come into focus, it just stays on the painting. I know that's not like amazing with, the technology that we have now, but the other app that I was using for my phone, it just didn't do that. One of them did a while back, because I've streamed with a few different apps now, but I really like this one that I have now, as long as it works. That's what's weird. The other one worked for a long time, and then just it wasn't working, so you never know with these things. So again, look, I'm going to kind of have to push to get this blend, or turn my hand all the way around like this, and that's very uncomfortable. Usually like a 90-degree turn for the brush is doable. If I'm blending this way, that works. If I need to go like this, that works. But going all the way over here, 180, very difficult. So what I would do is I would just turn the painting upside down. So now, since I'm right-handed, I'm able to put the paint down and pull to the right. So I'm just working on this hand here. My computer sounds like it's about to blow up. It's not even running much of anything. And the fans are just going. Let's see if I can do anything about that. When the music pauses, you're probably hearing whoop. Now that time, all I did was I came over here to the towel, and I just actually dabbed the brush off. I actually didn't get any water. This is a very small area, and I also want to pull the color around a little bit more. I don't want it to blend away completely. So if you just dab the brush off rather than rinsing the brush off, it's going to give you a different feeling here. And also dabbing it off, you can come back in and pick up color. You see that right there? As I laid the brush down, I'm able to define the difference, the knuckles and everything, just by touching the brush down. See that highlight that added? Just beautiful. Dry lifting. A much needed technique. Look at that. So now you can see the definition of the fingers and everything, and it was quick. There's lots of different styles of painting and whatnot, but with this style that we're doing, especially right now, it's getting it out. How quickly can you transfer this idea and get across to, the viewer of the painting, the ideas. Let's see what we got going on. Now, she is much paler. The tone we have on here is almost the tone that she is. Of course, there's shadows and shading and creases, but I'm a little torn on how I want to do that because his face is much darker. He also has a mustache that I'll be adding later. I'm always into the facial hair, but the facial hair, not only clearly do I like it, It's actually really helpful for these styles of paintings. Again, these ideas and these, getting across the ideas quickly. Facial hair really helps the face shape quickly. All right, what do we got next? So for her, I'm gonna lighten up this color. Just gonna add a little bit of water. So a similar tone. She's a similar tone. So I'm just making it lighter. And she definitely still has, definition, different parts of the skin that are defined. She's not just white, but it's just lighter. So I'm coming in, and again, I'm just dabbing the brush off. I'm not rinsing, I'm not adding any more water. When you're working in these tiny areas, if you're adding a lot of water, it can make it very difficult to do these blends. So believe it or not, half the time, I'm not even rinsing my brush off. Crease on the arm here. And often in these paintings, it's 3 layers of skin, we call it. So Esther usually does the first layer, and I usually do the second 2. And what we mean by that is we're just building upon it, and each layer that we add is a darker shade of the skin tone. So we just look at their skin tone, get the lightest, mid-tones, dark tones, and we just build up in that way. So her neck is one of the darker areas here. And the second layer of the hair's usually just about 2 layers. Esther does the first layer, I do the second. And the hair is gonna help with this a lot as well. Refilling back in this area with dark. Now the chin's one of the most important parts of our painting, this chin right here. And often, again, to get the idea across in the painting, I often leave this line of the chin straighter and more defined than in the photo. I'm going to blend it here a little bit, but it just really helps point the head in the direction. I mean, notice how that really helped it look up there. Just really got that idea across. Darkening that in a little bit, just dropping in some more color in these areas. I'm almost right away going to this 3rd layer because a lot of these areas have dried enough to where I can add. So this lower part of the hand is also one of the dark areas. So there you have it, right? I already technically put in that 3rd layer. So now you have the creases, the arm, the definition, and there would only be a little bit more for her because she's so light. So yeah. Skin's about 2/3 done. It's always about getting those ideas across. Yeah, I'll have to change the focus. Oh, it's just too close for it. Anyway. There's the dress, the folds. Sure, I would say this painting's a little bit past halfway done. It's really looking nice. I'm enjoying it a lot. Alright, so I gotta wrap it up here pretty soon. So I'm moving lights around and stuff, so it's gonna be shaking it. Let me change this back to the 0.5. Get this bad boy up here. There I am. Have the lights shut off in the rest of the room, so the color's a little bit weird. Wow, I look orange. I think I can technically change the lighting and stuff in here. Whoa. It's the exact opposite of what I wanted. I always like a little bit of blue and a little bit of red. I'm not into those green tones. While I'm looking bright. There we go. That's a lot. So yeah, just working on some painting this morning. I'll probably finish this one tonight and maybe play some music. I don't know, do something fun. Oh yeah, I have a fun meeting tonight with a music store owner. So the way this gouache is set up, it's really nice. They call it like jelly. It is kind of the consistency of that. And I just spray a little water on top, and then it has kind of like an airtight seal lid. And I'm able to just kind of add that on there. All right. Well, I'm going to turn the lights on, actually. This looks kind of weird. There we go. With those lights on, it puts a big shadow on the painting, so I often shut that off when I'm doing a painting specific segment. So let's see, what else can I do here? Let's just do the contrast, brightness. I probably actually darken it a little bit. Yeah, that looks better. Darken it up to contrast a little bit. Get those. Bring the saturation back a little bit. Still a little red. I probably add a little more blue. That looks nice. My skin gets a little blue though. You know, you're always kind of playing with that. But I like that color adjustment a little bit better. I'll probably just take the saturation down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I was just messing with the color of the camera. So anyway, fun stuff. So you can really quickly see those planes of the skin, the different planes of the face, the different bends and folds and things. So anyway, great to see you guys. Love Liven, and I will catch you next time.